You're watching Sun TV, broadcasting to the world from studios in Providenciales, in the beautiful by nature Turks and Caicos Islands. Sun TV, your source for real news as it happens.
I'm Toddleen Daffrelin, and thanks for watching this Sun TV special news report. The manner in which the Special Investigation and Prosecution Team, police officers arrested two top Turks and Caicos Islands lawyers has been strongly criticized by their defense attorneys. When the lawyers Tim O'Sullivan and Gordon Carr appeared before Magistrate Hetman on Wednesday, September 25th, charged with cheating the public revenue, conspiracy to cheat, and conspiracy to false account, their lawyers Conrad Griffiths, QC, and Laura Maroof told the court that the SIPT officers who arrested their clients were out of line. Before the magistrate granted O'Sullivan and Carr $400,000 bail with two sureties, Queen's Counsel Conrad Griffith told the court that he would like to express disappointment with how SIPT officers handled the matter and conducted themselves during the arrest of this client. He also questioned the motives and timing of the arrest. His sentiments were shared by Laura Maroof, who told the packed courtroom, which included lawyers such as Ariel Mizik, QC, Sarah Knight, Adrian Kaur, and Owen Foley, that the manner in which SIPT investigators dealt with her client Tim O'Sullivan was unseemly and oppressive, to say the least. She noted that O'Sullivan was cooperating fully with the SIPT since the matter first surfaced, and that between April 2013 and Tuesday, there was not a single communication, email, letter, or phone call about the matter, which stemmed from the sale of Emerald Key, a private island off Chalk Sound and City Creek on the islands of Providenciales. According to Maroof, after 6 months of silence on Tuesday, two SIPT lawyers turned up at O'Sullivan's office at the law firm Miller Salmon O'Sullivan, where he is the managing director, and arrested him in the presence of his staff. Having treated him in that way, she said O'Sullivan was taken to the SIPT office, where he was charged without being given the opportunity to have a lawyer present. However, these allegations of inappropriate behavior by SIPT officers were categorically denied by their lawyer, Robert Rinder. The British attorney told Magistrate Hetman that the SIPT officers did not act aggressively and that every conceivable courtesy was shown to O'Sullivan, who even thanked the British officers for their courtesy towards him. Prior to his having to defend the SIPT's action and the arrest of the two lawyers, Rinder gave the court some background to the serious allegations which have been laid against the 57-year-old O'Sullivan and the 52-year-old Carr, who were not required to plead to the charges and must appear before Chief Justice Edwin Goldberg and Grand Turk on November 8 this year for a sufficiency hearing. Rinder informed the court that, in all fairness, it is not being suggested that either of the lawyers pocketed the $1.5 million. On the matter of restriction, he said O'Sullivan has an Irish passport and Carr has a British passport, and because they were flight risks, they should be asked to surrender their passport. When Conrad Griffith, QC, rose in defense of his client, he also stressed that there was no suggestion that any of the two lawyers pocketed or benefited from the $1.5 million, which the SIPT is claiming the Treasury was deprived of. The Queen's Counsel noted that the matter first came to the court in 2011 during a civil matter in which neither lawyer was involved. He explained that it was a claim that was brought by the government, and a Justice Martin made a ruling, and the Attorney General conducted an investigation in which Carr fully cooperated with the assistance of London lawyers. He said the matter was silent for 18 months until lunchtime on Tuesday, when police arrested and charged him. Griffith told the court that he wrote a letter to prosecutor Robert Rinder and his boss Helen Garlick, asking them not to put any restrictions on his client's passport. He said Garlick replied that she saw no reason why the court should not impose restrictions on Carr's passport since the same conditions apply to those persons who were charged by SIPT arising out of the Commission of Inquiry. The QC said in his opinion there should be no one-size-fits-all solution, and he rejected a suggestion by Render that Carr had business interests overseas and that he was a flight risk. These allegations, Griffin said, were not supported by facts. He pointed out that since December 2011, Carr made no less than 14 trips overseas and had 2 more planned for October and December, and the tickets were already purchased. In fact, Griffith said that there was simply no justifications for any of the 2 lawyers to surrender their traveling documents to the SIPT. Laura Maroof then rose in support of Griffin's statement, saying that her client O'Sullivan had been living permanently and practicing in the Turks and Caicos Islands since 1986 with his wife and children, and he was not a flight risk. She noted that he had traveled numerous times since the SIPT investigations into this matter started and has always returned to the Turks and Caicos Islands. Regarding having to surrender his passport to SIPT, Maroof said this would be totally unnecessary. In the end, after the hearing, which lasted 1 hour, Magistrate Hatman ruled that there was no need for the lawyers to surrender their passports. Well, that's our Sun TV News Brief for today. Join us again next time when we bring you real news as it happens, directly to your computer, mobile device, or smartphone. If you know anyone living overseas who wants to keep up with what is happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands, get them to email us at sun@suntci.com so we can add them to our mailing list to get Sun TV News. Thanks for watching. I'm Tadleen Defferlin.